Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my series Blitz and Talk, and I'll go right ahead into the Chess24 play zone. Here we are, and click on play now. And what do I feel like playing? Let's play 5 minutes. It's simply more relaxed for me because I don't have to worry about time pressure as much, and I found an opponent from Norway in AVV. But he has unfortunately aborted the game, so let's go right ahead and go back here and try to find another opponent while the site is loading. Play now, and maybe I can use the time now to do a little blog, because if you haven't yet, you should check out Chess24. You can see the website right now on the screen. I'm in the play section here. And there are many other sections. There's learn, read, and watch. And currently also Chess Olympiad is going on. So there's a lot of things to discover on this page, and you should have a look. So now I'm trying to find a new opponent because the other one aborted the game, as you have seen. And let's see if my next opponent is not aborting. Again, a player from Norway, Smithy, and he has played his first move, so we are in the game. I play Sicilian, knight c3, okay, that's a close Sicilian. And interesting move here, a6, to immediately push forward with b5. And immediately try to put on some pressure here in the center. He plays d3, of course, to protect this pawn on e4. I play e6. And I'm going to probably continue with d5. So he plays rather modestly, plays bishop e2, another setter is g3 followed by bishop g2. Now d5, he takes, but now I enjoy the nice center here. So he plays d4, alright, he can do this. I play knight f6, of course, develop my piece, and I don't think he wants to take on c5 right now, because I would take bishop t6, take c5 and prevent him from castling. So he castles, excuse me. Now I can take on d5, or I can also play c4. That's the question here I have to solve. And I like taking on d4 actually. First it looks strange because I'm ending up with an isolated pawn on d5, but I believe because he has weakened himself with f4 that he's having some problems along this diagonal. And also along the e file. As you can see, if he plays the bishop to e3, I can immediately attack this bishop by playing rook e8. So now I'm simply going to develop with knight c6 if he allows me, and question is now bishop f3, putting on some pressure on d5. But I can play knight c6 if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. He can go for knight b3 and double attack bishop c5 and pawn on d5. So that's the problem of knight c6, that now the bishop is not protecting my pawn on d5 anymore. And after knight b3, I might have a problem here, a slight problem. Well, he doesn't play it, so I'm a little bit lucky here, because after knight b3 I believe I would have lost the pawn. Now he plays knight e2, and he wants to bring the next knight to d4. I go knight e4, that's a very nice square for the knight. And now he's probably going to go knight d4. I'll play queen b6. He's probably going to go for c3. And I think my position is pretty much alright. I'm better developed. And my pieces are on good squares. I have to watch out about knight takes c6. Maybe I should simply play this bishop back to b7, or maybe rook c8. Plays bishop g1. ACA. But I believe still the position is probably more or less balanced. We will see how this game continues. Bishop G4, alright. So pushing away my rook, but that's not bothering me too much. I don't know what the bishop is now doing on G4 really. So let's see. Queen D3. And now I'm playing Bishop D7. I would like to exchange this bad bishop. He's not going to do this. He's going to play the bishop back to F3, and then I have an interesting move here. Queen H6 is my plan. Now threatening to take on F4 as well as Knight G3 mate. By the way, I couldn't have played the other way around because then White could play Bishop H2, so it wouldn't be mate. But now I believe almost he has to take on E4, and that's certainly not a move he likes to play. He plays Bishop E2, and now we have to check if there are any tactics in the position. Bishop takes D4, he has to take with the bishop. But is that helping me in any way? I don't think so. But maybe I can put on some more pressure by playing B4 and having this idea of Bishop B5 now. So now my threat is Bishop takes D4 and Bishop B5. And let's see how he's going to prevent this threat, because he doesn't have any nice squares for his queen, and he's not, well, he's protecting a bishop on E2. Well, that makes sense. But I think I can still go for this line and win material. Because in the end I have a nice little tactic and I'm going to win the exchange here. With Knight G3. He has to take with the queen, and now the rook is not protected anymore, and also there's no mate on G7, so I'm simply up in exchange now, and maybe I have to show some technique, but objectively speaking this position is winning for me. I don't really want to play F6. I'm not too concerned about him playing F6. I would simply go G6, and here I think I'm just going to collect this pawn. Why not? And as I've said, F6 G6 is not really worrying me that much. King H2, he plays pretty calmly as if nothing is going on here. But, well, I'm just trying to push away the strong bishop on D4 now, and let's see how he's going to protect it. Maybe rook F4, even though it looks kind of strange. Plays Bishop E5, alright. And now I'm a little bit tempted to play F6, but of course I should have an eye on Bishop F4, so I should play Rook E2 now again. He can go back to D4 of course, if he wants to. But he doesn't, and now there's no more mate on G7 and I can collect yet another pawn. And there's another tactic in the air here with Rook takes G2 followed by Rook E2. That's my current threat, and he doesn't even want me to show this little tactic to him anymore, so he resigns at this point. So let's just consider what was the critical moment in the game maybe. Here Bishop E2 is probably too passive. Well, Bishop takes E4 is also not a move he likes to play, but I almost believe he has to, and then of course I'm also better. So maybe White should search for his mistakes a little bit early on, because here there are already some problems. The threat Queen takes F4 and more importantly Knight G3, quite unpleasant. And while I'm saying this, I see that he might be able to play Knight E2 covering both squares. So this might have been another possible move here to keep everything protected. So maybe he should have played this, but even then my position looks pretty decent here. Alright, if you have any comments, any questions about this game, just post them below. I will read and answer them, and I say I will see you soon again.